G'day again everyone. In this video what we're going to learn how to do is to create just a basic little logo by combining some text and a couple of shapes, and we're going to use the Pathfinder tool as a way of showing you how you can cut out shapes from other shapes. So in this example, the text and this star shape here has been cut out from the background, which is just a square rectangle shape box. Okay, so the best way to do it is to show you. If we start out by grabbing the rectangle tool here and drawing out a rectangle, I might just give it a fill of black and just no stroke to begin with. And then we grab the text tool, click once, and I'm just going to write the word smashed, and select the move tool. I'm going to change the fill color to white so that we can see it on top of our black text box, and grab the corner and just going to size it and put it roughly in the middle there. There we go. Now what we can do next is we can use a similar technique, or the same technique, sorry, that we used in the last video, by converting this text into a shape so that we can manipulate it. Alright, so make sure the text is selected, go to create outlines, which will make them into shapes, and then we want to manipulate them individually. So you can either right click and go to ungroup, or you can use this button here, which is probably easier. And now if you deselect and select, all your text is now editable individually. Let's grab the white selection tool and select the M and click one of the anchor points again, and I'm just going to manipulate this so that I've got a nice bit of a sharp kind of a point coming off the M, and might do the same thing with the H. I mean, you could do something like this if you wanted to, which might look pretty cool, but I think a sharp point looks nicer. Might just bring it down to make sure that it lines up with the other one that I dragged out. And you'll notice Illustrator will show you with that pink line. All right, okay, that's simple, that will do. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to use this text to cut a shape, the shape of the text out from the text box below, a bit like a cookie cutter. So in order to do that, first of all, we need our Pathfinder tool. So if we go into Window and you find Pathfinder down here, select that, and this box will pop up here. We can now grab the top of it, click, hold, and drag, and we might just dock it over here. When you hover over this section here, it'll turn blue. You can let it go, and then it's now docked here, and I can hide this panel by clicking this button and show it as we need to. I can also make it a bit smaller if you've got a small screen. Okay, now to use this, you need to have everything selected. So I'm going to drag a marquee out here, which will select the text and the black box. I've got something there, which I'm going to actually delete before I do anything else. Sorry, because I don't actually want that. Wait a minute. I'll just move this box. I don't want that at the moment. Whoops, delete. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's get back on track. Okay, so let's have everything selected, and let's open our Pathfinder tab, and I think if we use this one, minus front, okay, and click that once, what that will do is that will now minus the front shapes from the back shapes, or cut them out. All right, so now if I move this, it's all going to move around. It's combined, it's all moved around together, but if I just grab a circle here and send this right to the back, arrange, center back, you'll see that it's now cut out of the top shape. And all right, okay, I'll delete that circle. Now, one more thing that we could add to this is like a kind of a shape that looks like something's broken, like a bullet hole or a window smashed or something, just to relate to the text. So might just grab the ellipse tool and draw out an ellipse for now. Doesn't matter about the color at the moment. And let's go into, I think it's in effect, and if we choose distort and transform and roughen, okay, a dialog box will pop up here. Now make sure preview selected so that we can see what's taking place here, and we'll just play around with the options here to kind of make it look like a smashed shape, something that's been broken. You could change to smooth or corners if you want to, it's up to you. Okay, that will do for now. and click OK when you're happy with it. I might just change the fill to white so that we can see it. Now, actually, I'll just undo that. You'll notice that the circle's bounding box isn't on the new effect that I've taken place. So if I use the same technique with the Pathfinder to cut it, it's only going to cut that circle out. So we need to make it all the one object. All right, so to do that, it's quite easy. We can go up into Object and let's choose Expand Appearance. And you'll notice now when I select it that's bounding white circle is gone. And then now we can change the color to white just so that we can see it. And I might make it a bit smaller, pop it on here. Actually, I'll just change it to this just for now so that it's better, looks better for the example. I'm going to clone it maybe once. Actually, I might stretch it a little bit, do something like that. Make it a bit bigger. You could clone it by holding Option and grabbing another copy, and I don't know, changing it somehow as whatever you think might look good. Or you could just leave it like that. It's up to you. All right, and the same thing. Let's select everything and use our Pathfinder tool. And I think if we minus front, no, that's not what the one we want. Let's do that one. Okay, exclude. And now, if I deselect and select, yeah, we've created a little bit of a logo. Now my bullet, nice smashed pieces, I could have spent a bit more time making them look a bit better, but I won't do that for the example. You guys can do that. So, I mean, you could follow along with what I've done, or you could, use this technique to create something for yourself. One more thing, if you don't like the color, just select it. Oh, actually, if you select it and we go into, we could play around with, go back to black. It might look a bit better. Yellow or blue, or I don't know. You could even add a stroke to this because it's all the one shape. Okay. So there you go. Okay, play around with it and have some fun. See what you can come up with. Thanks. Bye.